Hello and welcome back to our digital cash flow program. In a previous lesson, we covered the meaning of domain names, how you can make money from domain names, and a number of other very important details about domain names. Then we also demonstrated how to register domain names with our recommended domain registrar, which is Namecheap. However, sometimes you may want to register a country-level domain, which is not available on Namecheap. For example, if you want to register a domain in Nigeria, maybe a domain like .com.ng domain, you won't find that on Namecheap, or at least at the time of producing this training. Maybe they may have it later. Okay, so for that kind of domain name, you want to use a Nigerian domain registrar, or for your own country, you can find domain registrars in your country if you are not from Nigeria, and you simply follow their domain registration process. Okay, so that's exactly what I am going to be demonstrating now. And because we've already explained the meaning of domain names and all of the other details about that, I will not go into that anymore. I'll just go straight into the practical demonstration. And as always, you're going to have links to the relevant resources in the course of this lesson. Okay, so go to digitalvineyard.uk/QServers. Okay, the company is QServers. Now, apart from the fact that sometimes some of these links are affiliate links, apart from that, one of the main reasons we use links like this instead of giving the exact address is that sometimes their addresses change. For example, QServers used to be at qservers.net. Now they're at qservers.ng. Though if you go to qservers.net, it will still redirect you anyway. But sometimes the addresses totally change. But when we have links like this, like digitalvineyard.uk/qservers, we can always redirect it to wherever the current address is. Okay, you are going to learn more about that as we go on, redirecting links and why it is important. Okay, but for now, let's just go to digitalvineyard.uk/QServers. We want to register a domain name with a Nigerian web host. Okay, you see that it's redirected to the website. Then just scroll down and domain search. Can you find domain search? So you type the domain name you want to register. The domain name I'm registering is michaelolutayo.com.ng. The specifics may be different depending on which platform you are using, but I recommend that you use QServers if you want to register a country-level domain in Nigeria. Now, for web hosting, the recommended hosting is DreamHost. I don't recommend that you host with QServers, okay, and you are going to see why as we go along, okay? So, but if you want to save costs and it works for you, it's up to you. Okay, so this is it. This is the domain name, and then you click search. Okay, so congratulations, it's available. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and register this. I'll just go down. They will give you lots of options. You don't need to pick all of these additional suggestions. Just go on and complete your purchase. Okay, so click on continue. Now, this is important. Add it. DNS management is free anyway. Okay, so add that. Then name server. Name server is what you are going to use. Name servers are what you are going to use to connect your domain name to your web hosting account. In our own case, we already know that we're using DreamHost, and the name servers for DreamHost are ns1.dreamhost.com, ns2.dreamhost.com, and ns3. ns3. Okay, let me type it to dreamhost.com, then ns3.dreamhost.com. Whatever domain, whatever host you are using will give you their name servers. In this case, we haven't set up the DreamHost account yet. We're going to set it up. You'll see that also. But we already know that we're using DreamHost. So it's better to just add the name servers now so that we are going to skip that step later. We won't have to come back and do it. But if you are not yet sure where you want to host, or maybe you are not ready to host, you can leave this as the default. Okay, just leave it the way it is. Okay, as the default. Leave the default name servers there. Then in this case, we know we want to use DreamHost, so we just continue. Now, in case you are new to all of this, you can just search for, but that's why you have a guide anyway. So I've already given you the name servers, but if you want to search, you can search for Dreamhost name servers. You are going to find those name servers. And in the course of setting up your Dreamhost account, they will also provide the name servers for you. So can you see? So these are the name servers for Dreamhost. Okay, so we have already put those name servers here. Just click continue. Now, some of these things will look like a big deal when you are doing it for the first time, but as you do it over and over and then as you patiently go through the video, you find that it's actually very simple. It's not difficult at all. Okay, so this is it. As a new customer, you fill in your details. If you're an existing customer, which as a beginner, you are most likely a new customer. So I'm doing this as a total beginner. Okay, so I'm not logging into my account, I'm creating your account and all of that. So the name of this domain name is actually not for me. So I'm going to put the name of the domain name owner. Okay, I'll skip the company name. I created an email address on one of my websites so that I will not have to check his email. Okay, so this is the email address. So you put your email here. Okay, so I created this for privacy reasons so I can do what I need to do. Okay, and then hand over the email or change the email. You understand? Then password. Okay, put a password here. Okay, then confirm password. Just complete the field. Okay, then address. I'm not sure I have his address. Okay, I'll just put. Okay, I think I can get the address, but the point is to just fill in all of the details. Okay, and you continue. So I'll just fill the address. I'll just put this. In Ile-Ife postcode, I think is 220. Just put 220 001, or you can actually Google it. You can Google your postcode. Okay, Mr. Shalom, sorry. Let me put it for your Ile-Ife. So all of these things are not like, it's not like you have to be exact. It's not like they want to say something, but this is it. You know, it just helps if you want to. Okay, so that's it, and then put it there. This is for Ile-Ife in general, but for your locality, you can find, for your locality. And this will be helpful if you are sending mails. But here it's mostly for, regulatory purposes, okay? Then the phone number here, I'm not going to put the phone number. Let me see if I can skip. Okay, let me put it, since I have let me put it. So just put all of the details, okay? Then, okay, you have different payment options. I prefer InterSwitch Web Pay because it is instant. Okay, all things being equal. Sometimes they have issues. If they have issues, you send them a mail, they are going to resolve it. So, but let's pick InterSwitch Web Pay. Then you have to agree to the terms of service. Usually, you should read before you agree. But I have read these things several times, and then you can't proceed if you don't agree anyway. But it's still good to read those terms. You can right click and open a new tab and read, and then you come back. If you like what you see, then you come back and agree. Then click checkout. Okay, so they are insisting on the phone number. Let me put phone number. Okay, so I've entered the phone number and all of the other details. So I just click checkout. Okay. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so can you see if you want to pay to their bank account, you can transfer, then you send them a mail, they activate your domain name. But I prefer to pay directly with InterSwitch Web Pay, which is already selected here. Then I just click this. Okay, so it takes me to where I'm going to pay. Put your email address. I'm going to use that email address again. Choose payment type. You see there are different options. I prefer to use card. So I'll enter the card number. Let me just see. I will just type a random card number. I want to see if the number will be hidden. Usually they don't hide it, you see. And I don't know what kind of technology it is. They should hide it, but they don't, okay? So I'm going to pause the recording. I enter my card number, the expiry date, the CVV code, then I'll pay. Okay, so that's what I want to do now. And that's the process. Okay, after I clicked pay, it brought me here. You see, they are using a payment service from GT Bank, and I think Paystack is also integrated anyway. The point is that the payment system may be different, but just follow the process, okay? It's simple. And I click proceed. So they've sent me an OTP for confirmation. Sometimes you might be required to use your token, depending on the kind of platform, you know, and all of that. But in my own case, it's a one-time password that was sent. I enter the OTP, or it's one-time password, and I can only use it once. So it doesn't matter if it shows, you know, because that one you can't. I can only use it once. It's not a understand. Because sometimes you can security, and then you are becoming paranoid. Okay, so proceed. Okay, you see success, the transaction was successful. So the domain name has been registered. It will take me back now, okay, to where the domain name is. It will take me back into, now I've created an account on this platform, and you see, so this is it. So the domain name has been registered. So if I go now to manage account, I will find the domain name there. Can you see one domain? Okay, under domains, there is one item. So this is the domain name. And you see, it doesn't have SSL yet. SSL is inactive. The hosting we're going to use comes with free SSL. SSL is secure socket layer. It helps to encrypt the communication between your website and the server. Okay, we're going to talk about all of those details in the discussion on the discussion platform. And if you have any questions, just ask. Okay, so for now, leave this way. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up a web hosting account, and we're now going to connect this domain name to the web hosting account, and we start building our website. Okay, so we're going to stop here for now, and I'll see you in the next lesson. So we've gone over the practical demonstration. Now you know how to register a domain name. If you did not watch the prior video, if you didn't take that lesson where we talked in detail about what a domain name is and the opportunities you can get from having one, how you can maximize it and all, how to choose the right one, I want to encourage you to go back and ensure you watch that also. And if you have any questions, feel free to connect with us on Business Mastery Club. The link is connect.tpcl.com.ng/RSVP. And this is the link to go to Q servers where we register the domain name. And we talked about getting the dollar card earlier. You have that link here also. And you also have Virtual Business School, which is our online school, where you can get a lot of courses for free. And the ones that are not free, if you go through the instructions, you will find how you can gain access for free. And we have our coaching program. We admit people twice a year. It's a transformational experience. Everybody that has participated has attested to that. So if you are looking for one way to change your life, to shift your life to a new level, okay, and maybe you don't know what to do, you don't know how to go about it, you just sign up for that. And we're going to be in touch with you when the next round of applications are being reviewed. Thank you very much. Remember, you can still ask your questions at any time on Business Mastery Club. This is the link, okay? connect.tpcl.com.ng/RSVP. And feel free to share these resources, including the videos, with your friends. Thank you, and bye for now.